I'm Hub Smash, and today we're going to talk about the Chromecast V2. My camera doesn't want to look at it. This is the Chromecast V2. So it's pretty small. This is the Chromecast V2. It's pretty small. There's a jack here. There's a jack at the front here for plugging into power, because it needs its own power. So that's something to recognize. It doesn't get power through the HDMI. Basically, you plug it into your HDMI slot. You put your TV to the HDMI, the HDMI source that you plugged it into, and then you plug this into the power. And then this bad boy works pretty well. Now, the main differences between the version 2 and the version 1 is really straightforward. It's really one major difference. I mean, there are a few small differences. The biggest difference is that the network interface on the version 2 does 5 gigahertz wireless connectivity. So that means if you're broadcasting a 5 gigahertz wireless SSID in your home, that the Chromecast V2 can connect to it and take advantage of the extra speed. Again, though, in order for you to take advantage of that, you need to actually be broadcasting that 5 gigahertz speed. If you're not broadcasting a 5 gigahertz network, you can't do anything about it. You need a 5 gigahertz router, a router that does 5 gigahertz. Most of them they're called dualband routers, where they do 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz connections. And that's something that you want to look at. On the 5 gigahertz network, it's made a huge difference. Honestly, it's made a huge difference as far as how fast it is picking up the media and how fast it is pulling it down and streaming something. How fast the quality takes. You know how sometimes it's kind of blurry and then it will get better. I have a really good internet connection at home, and I have a really good router. Maybe I'll talk about my router in another video. It's just back there, and I'll pull it out and talk about that. But it's a really good router. I really recommend it. It's the Netgear AC1900, I want to say. I'll put a link in the description to whatever it is after I figure that out. But if you have that 5 gigahertz spectrum, you can take advantage of it. Now, if you don't have the 5 gigahertz spectrum, do not upgrade your Chromecast, basically because you're not going to get really any advantage out of doing it unless you want to go to that HD route, or the Ultra HD, the 4K route, and get the Chromecast Ultra, which is another product, a little bit more expensive, but it does the 4K. Now, I don't know if 4K is going to work very good on 2.4 gigahertz though. 5 gigahertz is probably where it's at for 4K video. The problem with 5 gigahertz is that the broadcast power, like how the distance that it can broadcast is typically much smaller than 2.4 gigahertz. 2.4 gigahertz, you're going to see, it's going to broadcast way outside your house and everything like that. 5 gigahertz, like, you're lucky if you can get to the top floor of a 2-story home. The only real complaint that I have about the Chromecast is not about the Chromecast itself, it's about the applications that support it. So depending on the application you're in, you'll have a different kind of experience with how it integrates with the Chromecast, and it may be worse or better. For example, Netflix and YouTube work amazing. They work really, really well, but something like Crunchyroll is just glitchy. Like, it works pretty well, but it's a bit glitchy. So I'm talking to you, Crunchyroll, get it fixed. Get it fixed. It's glitchy for whatever reason. And people need to work on that. They need to make that better. And it's not necessarily on Google's end. It's, the people making the applications that need to do a better job. So that's the main problem with the Chromecast. Other than that, I have really no complaints about it. It does really good video at 1080p. On the 5 gigahertz spectrum, there's very little load times for media. You can basically switch from having something on your phone or iPad or whatever computer to having it on the screen really easily. It does Chrome tab mirroring. If you have an Android phone, you can mirror the display of your Android phone right to the TV. So you can use VLC on your Android phone to play like a movie or something that you have sitting on your phone right to the TV. It connects to your Google Photos, so you can stream photos to it. And then when it's on idle, you can connect albums to it from your Google Photos account, and those albums will show as backdrops for your Chromecast. So if you're not displaying media, it'll be displaying all these pictures from all these events that you've had and all your albums that you've selected to share to the Chromecast. Absolutely wonderful product. Can't recommend it enough. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you have one, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. If you like the video, consider clicking that like button and subscribing for more stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And take care.